guys? Still getting used to talking to this device here. I'm used to talking to people. I've never talked to devices before, so. But I wanted to talk to you guys about adoption. I was adopted, at birth. My parents they couldn't have children, so they went to Catholic Social Services, and they adopted me. And I guess they had to wait a while. I guess it took like a year or something. And then when they got the call, they said, "Yeah, we got a baby boy for you." So I was born on July 1st. But I found the paperwork. I was looking at the paperwork like last year when I was moving, and I guess I was picked up from the place. I was released 40 days after my birth, so I thought that was cool. 40 days, and 40 days from 7/1 was on 8/11, which made me think of Esther 8/11 or Esther 8:8 to 8/11. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yeah, my parents didn't tell me until I was like way too old. I don't know, like 10 or 12 years old. They just kind of casually thought they'd just tell me that, like, hey, by the way, you're old enough now or whatever. You were adopted, so we're not your, what they called it, biological parents. Or, yeah. And I was like, what? Like, what? Are you kidding me? And I wasn't upset because of the fact. I was upset because I was like 12 years old. And I was like, how dumb do like adults think kids are? I'll tell you, they think they're pretty dumb. Like, I see, like, adults must think like children are like dumb as dogs or something. I don't know. Like, I never got the respect for the intelligence that I had as a kid. What about you guys? Like, I don't know. Maybe it wasn't intelligence. I was just good at judging. I had a lot of discernment, I guess you would say, which was not a good thing as a kid. I mean, to see the way the world really is and to see that everybody is full of crap and just acting is horrifying. Horrifying. I don't know what else to say other than that. Yeah. So, what else do I want to say about that? Yeah, I don't know. Okay, like, so when I was like 18 or 20 or 22 or something like that, I thought about, I went to Catholic Social Services because I was really thinking about, like, well, maybe I should find out just to at least know, if anything, just get paperwork. I don't have to go meet these people, but I'll go get the paperwork. Then I'll have like history, medical, like everything, good stuff to know about my background. It'd be interesting. And I went there and talked to the lady, and she was like, "Yeah, what year were you born? 80?" She's like, I just gave away my birthday on here. Oh well. She's like, 80. She's like, that's not good. She's like, in 81 they came up with the list, or like the summer of 80 or the fall of like 80, and I was born in the summer of 80. She's like, they came up with like the national registry, but since you're before that, like, we have to do paperwork, and then like we have to check and see if your parents did paperwork, and if they did, then we can arrange, like, we do the arranging, like we arrange where you guys can meet. And I was immediately thinking, like, well, a whole bunch of red flags. This is probably God just trying to shut this down, so I'm gonna just politely walk away. So, and she was like, "Oh, so yeah, you're just gonna make a donation of any amount that you can, and yeah, then we'll get the process rolling." And she's like, "I'll just give you the," and I was like, I don't have any money. I didn't bring my checkbook. And she's like, "Well, I can give you the paperwork, and you can go through with it whenever." So that was probably like around the time my kid was born, when I was like 22 or 23. My kid was born in 03. So I would have been 22, turning 23 in July. But then, the years and years go by, and I never really thought of. I mean, every now, I don't know. It's hard to tell how much you think about things. A couple times a year, maybe I'd have the thought like, oh yeah, I'm adopted. Like my parents could still be alive out there. I could have, met my mom today. Like she was only like 20 years older than me, and I'm 45. So like I could have met her today at Bush's, and like, but I'm so bad with like looks and like landmarks and like being, what do you call it, like observant. She could look. I mean, she'd have to look just like me for me to like see the resemblance. And I would hope that would not be the case. Like I hope that like her ears would be like this, like normal people's. You know what I mean? Like, but whatever. It's whatever. Whatever. What can you do? Born the way we're born. So yeah, and then that was my point of this whole story. I don't know. So like I never felt love. Like, and my parents, they didn't love me like real parents. Like there was no hugs. Like there was never a hug. Like there was no hugs. There was no there was no love. That was like, it's time to go to bed. It's time to get up. Like they told me that they loved me like on my birthday. Like maybe, I don't know. I must suppress all this because memories of my childhood growing up were just not good. I don't remember any good. All I remember is like the bad stuff. And the bad stuff was horrifying because my father was an alcoholic who had demons. And yeah, it was real bad. He was real prideful, real egomaniac, psychopath, brilliant man too. He was brilliant, like tested off the charts. He could just read a 1,000-page book full of jokes and memorize the whole book. And he could present it in a way where, like, you go to a bar, he'd have the whole damn bar circled around him laughing, and then he'd be buying everybody drinks, and like everybody loved him. And he was in the, I guess I could say this now, he's dead. He was in a mafia. I don't know what he was doing, but I know that he had an enforcer that he rolled around with. I'll probably say this guy's first name, by the name of Marty. And this guy was a boat captain. And my dad bought a yacht and was keeping it in Maine, so I don't know what they were up to, but like him and Marty would always go early, and the excuse was always the boat, prepping the boat, taking care of the boat, gotta go winterize the boat, whatever, all this stuff. So he had excuses. And then like he had all these Corvettes, like collector ones, that he would take to car shows like all across like the Midwest. So he was up to something for sure. He took me to a barn once off of like a dirt road. This barn looked like it was about to fall over. It was totally overgrown with weeds, looked abandoned. And we stopped and parked there in the weeds. And he's like, "Hey, come on." I'm like, "What is it?" I'm like, I mean, usually I wouldn't even say anything. It was my dad. I was just gonna follow his lead. But I was like, "What is this? Like, where are we?" He's like, "Oh, come on, you know." I walked in, we walked into this barn, and there was like, he got like 10, 12, 15 of his Corvettes like hidden in there. That's the only word I could use, because why would they be in a place like that? They were, and I was like, what the heck? I don't remember what he was doing there. Obviously checking on him or doing something. But yeah, I just remember him stopping there real quick and leaving. So, but yeah, I found out later from my one of my family members that the guy I used to roll with was part of the Florida Mafia. It's obviously not the right word for it, right? But So yeah, my dad was a wild one. But yeah, he died in January this year, 19 days apart from my mom. And I was born again in 2022, so God became my father at that point, and the church became my family. So I don't know. Nobody's gonna watch this video anyway, so love you guys. See.